Sir, this year we'll be having reduced hours or a little bit doubt about it, sir. Corona, because of this corona, no? I heard that people are saying number of hours will be reduced so that the question paper number of questions will also be reduced.
No, no, no,
Is
no.
it nothing like that?
No, like it. It's the same pattern that we have followed last year. Same thing. There's no change in the question paper pattern or the timings. If you have seen the last year question paper, the same procedure, same system or same pattern will follow. No change. No reduction in the duration of the examination or the question number of questions. No such thing.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, we start the session. So now you said, okay. There are 8 PPTs are there. I will finish as early as possible because now it is more than, I think, 7:30 or 7:40. So we will finish in another 20 or 30 minutes. Okay. Please, next slide, please. Right. What is this interpersonal attraction? See, what makes people to come together? We see when there are 10 people or 20 people or 100 people, all people will not equally interact with each other. In that group, only few will be attracted towards other people. Why a particular, that means A is attracted towards B or B is attracted towards A. So there is that you have to understand what makes them to come together, which factors influence. It is important thing in our social gatherings. Then why a person likes and other person dislikes. See, there your friends are there, but maybe you may have 10 friends or 20 friends or family members or teaching staff, whoever it is. You will not be liking all the people. You may dislike a few and like a few. Then we have to understand why a particular person is disliked by A and why first one person is liked by the B. So what are the dynamics? Which dynamics are involved in the liking or disliking? That you have to understand. And why people form relationship with another? We become friends, we form relationship. Why do you want a relationship with others? Why can't be alone? Nobody will prevent you from being alone, but you want to be in the company of with others. Why? Then what creates attraction? So what factors influence the attraction, and what resists their separation? So when two people come together, they will live for some time. Some people may get out separated, but certain facts stop them from separating. So that you have to understand what factors influence all this the phenomena. Then the meaning, it is a force that draws people together. It refers to favorable attitude towards another person. See, thing is, when two people are there, or when a number of people are there in a group and a particular place, one is attracted towards other person. So how? Because that person is having or holding favorable attitude towards other person. So how he has favorable attitude towards other person? He is seeing that person for the first time. Maybe after few 3-4 exposures. But whenever we meet the other person, we unconsciously or unconsciously we evaluate the people. We evaluate the other person. Who is that person? What type of person is this? We make some evaluation. In that evaluation, if you feel that other person is comparable to us, is liked by us, then we will move towards that person. If you have a favorable attitude, or if you develop positive attitudes toward that person, though it is a first attempt, though it is an initial exposure, but when we make is a evaluation. That is not long term. It is very short term. Immediately makes evaluation. Some evaluation. Whenever we meet, two people meet together, we make evaluation. So in that evaluation, if you find that other person is favorable to us, then we will form relationship with others, or we will continue the relationship with that person. And the other is it is a favorable attitude, and attention includes the thing and also the positive attitude towards the other people. What is the next person? Next slide, please. So nature of this person, nature of this interpersonal attraction. So this, can we enlarge it, Rajnikant, this one? Right, thank you. Right. This is the nature of interpersonal attraction, how this attraction takes place. The people form relationship with another due to inbuilt affiliation need or need to associate with others. So the inbuilt need is there for all people, for all human beings. There is an inbuilt need that to form relationship with others, to come to form affiliation or to have to associate with us. We want to be in the company of others. We don't want to be alone. This Maslow, this one psychologist, has also developed a famous theory, hierarchy of needs. Hierarchy of needs. It is a very popular theory that you will be reading next year under the paper or the course personality. He formulated a theory that is hierarchy of needs. The first two needs are physical and basic needs, and the third one is need for affiliation, need for these relationships. You want to be friends, you want to have friends with others, you want to make friendship with others. When it occurs, when the basic needs are satisfied, basic needs like food, hunger, sex, and other things are safety, those things, security, when those needs are satisfied, then people move to the other one, that to form relationship with others. So that is so what you have to understand is there is an inbuilt need in us. It is inbuilt need in us. What it says, we have a feeling, we have a need to associate with others. So that makes us to move towards others. That makes us to form relationship with others. That makes us to form the friendships with others. And the affiliation provides why do you require affiliation, or why do you require the relationship with others or the friendship? So that provides us for the emotional support and attention and the opportunities. See, for each and everything we depend on others. That means interdependence is there. A depends on B, B depends on A. You depend on me, I depend on you. Everywhere, interdependency is there. For everything, nobody is independent, nobody is completely dependent. There is an individual, interdependence is there. We want to have the work done, or we want to satisfy your needs, other person should be there. Unless you have the support of others, unless you have the cooperation of others, how can you satisfy your needs? Whatever need it is, whatever need it is, we need to have the support or cooperation of others. Otherwise, we cannot live. So for that means we need to have, there is a need to make friendship or relationship with others, because that provide with his emotion support or the attention or opportunity, whatever it is. And people form relationship with others who make them feel comfortable. Please, this point is most important. So why we have relationship with particular person, A or B or C? Why, when there are three persons, A, B, C, why you want to have a relationship with B alone? Why you don't want relationship or friendship with A or C? The reason here is, so when the relationship makes us feel comfortable, pleasant, happy. If the relationship or the relationship is not a happy one or the unpleasant one, then people will come away from that relationship. They will not continue that relationship. That means people form relationship with others who make them feel comfortable. If there is an element of uncomfortability, immediately we'll stop moving that person or we immediately stop talking with that person because the relationship is uncomfortable, unhappiness. So then the happy or satisfied and avoid those who make us uncomfortable. So if you want to have more friends, good network, what you have to see in the society is don't make others uncomfortable with you. Try to make others comfortable when you are with others so that you will have more contacts or more friendship or more relationship with others. If they feel that they are uncomfortable, they are not happy with you, immediately they break the relationship. Then attraction depends on the person who is making the evaluation. So this attraction depends on the person we evaluate. See, there are two persons, other A and B. A evaluates B, B evaluates A. In that evaluation, if they have the positive evaluation, then the relationship will be continued, or the person will move to that person, or otherwise they will come away from that situation. And the similarities and differences between the evaluator and the person evaluated. This is another important criteria. When the two persons are similar, A and B, there are two different persons are there. A is similar to B, B is similar to A. This similarity between these two persons makes the people to come together. If they are not dissimilar, if they are dissimilar, they are not quite different from each other, then the chances of coming together will be less. Then next slide, please. Yes, determinants. Now we will see the determinants. What determines interpersonal attraction? What factors intervene or encourage or support interpersonal attraction? So this can be determinants or influencing factors can be divided broadly into two. One is internal determinants or internal factors. Other is external determinants or external factors. These are the broad categories which determine the interpersonal attraction. So first we take the internal one. Internally there is individual differences in their need to affiliate. So when you want to make friendship with others, the level of a need, the affiliation need, the associate need or friendship need, they will be ranges from differs from one person to other person. The level of the strength of the need to form associations, to form affiliation, to make friendship, if that need is strong, then they will move towards the other person. If the need is weak, then chances of going towards other people or making friendship with other people will be less. That means it depends on the level of the need that we have to make relationship or association or affiliation with others. That is technically we call the technical term is need to affiliate or associate or belongingness. Three words are used: need for affiliation, need for association, or need for belongingness. Belongingness is also making friends with others or contact with the others. So that determines. Then the emotional state, positive emotions or happy lead to positive evaluation of others. This influence attraction. So when there are two people are there, known people or unknown people are there, if the status of your emotional status at that particular point of time, if you have positive, the emotion at that time, positive feelings, happy feelings, comfortable feelings are there, then the chances of moving towards other people will be high. And if we have the opposite one, negative emotions with you, then chances of going towards other people are less. That means the emotional status determines your attraction or the attraction towards the other person. So when you are sorry, when you are sad, what will happen? When you are unhappy, naturally the need for affiliation will be less. You don't want to be moved. You don't want to be with people. You want to be away from people. Whenever you feel, whenever you have sad feelings, sorrow feelings, so naturally we avoid gatherings. We will be away from the people. So that means the emotional status of the persons at a particular given time determines the interpersonal attraction. Then the fearful situation, there is one thing, situational factors. So that, for example, the disaster incidents, the natural disaster, floods, earthquakes, fires, etc. Or accidents. When the accidents took place, what happened? All the people move towards other person. Whether person is known or unknown, you will try to contact the other person. You will try to talk with other person. Why? What do you want to talk with other person? When the natural disasters occurred, the fires or earthquakes or floods or something like that, or strikes, something like that. So when that happened, naturally the people, one person will not remain in the house. The person will come out from the house and he will try to contact others. Why? There is a natural curiosity to know what is going on. Why it happened? What is going on? So that curiosity makes people to come together. Whether the other person is known or unknown, you don't mind. Even unknown persons, you try to meet that unknown person and discuss or try to find out what happened at that particular point of time. So earthquakes, etc. To that interact a positive way, like to seek. Okay, the smiling. So we believe that smiling people are better on like a bull. When the other person is smiling, he has a smiling face instead of the sorrow face, the chances of moving that towards that person will be high. If he is a serious one, that person is having a very serious face or sorrow face, you may not move toward that person, or irritating face. Naturally avoid contacting that person. But if that person is smiling, that attracts you to move toward that person, to talk to him or to get some information from that person. Then the other thing is smiling, the personality traits. So these personality traits also determine interpersonal attraction. For example, there are two categories, extroversion and introversion. These are personality traits. Extroversion always wants to be with others, or introversion always wants to be alone. They want to be, we can't say alone, but they will avoid the gatherings. They will avoid contacting the other persons because of various reasons, introversion and extroversion. But whereas the extroverted people, extroverts, they like and happy when they are with people. But introverts may not be so. So because of that, introverts are more likely to talk with others. Whether they are invited or uninvited, they will try to move with others. ఎక్స్ట్రోవర్ట్స్ ఉన్నట్టయితే అదర్ పర్సన్ మీతో మాట్లాడకపోయినా మీరు పోయి మాట్లాడేస్తారు. ఆ నేచర్ ఉన్నట్టయితే. ఆ నేచర్ లేనప్పుడు అయితే వీ ట్రై టు అవాయిడ్ అన్లెస్ అదర్ పర్సన్ అదే పనికి వచ్చి మనం మాట్లాడితే తప్పితే మనం వారి దగ్గరికి పోయి మాట్లాడము. మనం వారి దగ్గర పోయి మాట్లాడాలంటే పర్సనాలిటీ క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్లో ఎక్స్ట్రోవర్ట్ అనేది ఉన్నట్టయితే వేరే పర్సన్ మనతో మాట్లాడినా కాకపోయినా మనమే పోయి వారితో మాట్లాడడం జరుగుతుంటుంది. Then the next slide, please. External determinants. So external factors also determine, other than internal personal factors or psychological factors, external factors also determine the interpersonal attraction. One is physical proximity. If the people are living together, for example, two families in the apartment, apartment 1 and apartment 2, they are living together, naturally they move towards others, they make friendship with others because of the physical proximity. Repeated exposure. When the people meet often, that is repeated exposure, So the chance of coming together will be high, whether they are friends or not. When you meet very often, so the chances of coming together or making friendship with them will be high. Then the positive effort on attraction, okay, proximity also breeds hostility. So the familiarity also sometimes it is negative. If you know more familiarity is there, sometimes it also breeds hostility. It is a negative one sometimes, but mostly it will be positive. And there are different factors are there. Accessibility. Closer the families live the together, greater the likelihood of being friends. For example, take the example of an apartment. The people living near the staircase or the people living near the staircase or the lift, they will have more contacts with the people than the other people in the apartment, because all people they walk through this staircase, and the people move in they use the lift. So because of that, the chances of coming together will be less, and they will be known to more people. The point here is people living near the staircase. The studies have proved that they will have more associations or friendship with the people in that particular compartment. You will be known to many people. Other people you may not be knowing. Even faces you may not know it. Names you may not know it. But the people who are living the near staircase, that likely they will have more contacts than the other person. And similarly, the person with the lost flat, the apartment, a particular house is a very lost one. That family, that person will have lower number of friends, or they know contact, lower number of contacts with the people, because they are not meeting together. Chances of meeting together are less. So other one is rules of this familiarity is there, repeated exposure. There is one thing, and the rules of distance. So distance. This is one psychologist by name Edward Hall. He identified 4 zones. This physical distance, uh, this also influences. Or we will also know the how the strength or relationship, intensity of relationship between two persons can be evaluated, can be understood by taking into consideration the distance between two people. If the two people are very, very together, no distance, no gap between the two people. So they said it indicates intimacy zone. For example, so one is zone of intimacy. Zone of intimacy. Only close friends, close associates will have narrow gap between them, physical distance between the two persons. The others will not be allowed to enter the personal zone. If any stranger enters that zone, that is intimacy zone, they will not be liked, because we expect to maintain some physical distance. Close friendship, one type of distance, and strangers, another type of distance. The two things are there. That is a zone of distance, intimacy, that is close relationship, very less physical distance. And second one is personal distance. Studies have made to find out the effect of this personal distance. That is 1.5 feet to 4 feet. That is called personal distance. And all the other one is it is social distance, 4 to 12 feet. This is other one. And the hives, then other one is fourth one is public zone, strangers. So high ranking people, here the why what you have to understand here is the close friends, close relatives, they may expect close distance between the two people. But unknown people, particularly how the people, the boss, your boss. If you move very closely with the boss, if you sit very nearer to your boss, or the people with high status, The people with high position, they expect to maintain some gap between the other people. If anybody moves toward that person, enters that what is this one, zone of intimacy or the personal distance, then that person will be disliked. The thing is, please understand, your boss is there, or high-ranking person is there. He expects to maintain some distance between the other person and himself. If in case that other person tries to move very close to the high-ranking position, that person will dislike you and he will not allow you to enter that zone. That person will dislike you, even boss also. Unknowingly, without knowing the effects of that, if you move very close to the, say, boss, sitting very close to the boss, he doesn't like that. He likes to maintain a physical distance. So that is one thing. Other is physical attraction. This is another important thing. So physical response. People respond positively to attractive persons. So there are two different categories: the attractiveness and non-attractiveness. The attractive people, the people will move towards the people who have handsome or beautiful, or physical appearance is better, and physical appearance is not good, then the chances of attracting the other people are less compared to other person. Compared to other person, that is good appearance, physical appearance, and poor physical appearance. Compared to that, naturally the people with good physical appearance, people move towards that person, whether they are invited or uninvited. We like to be people with good physical appearance. That is our need, our feelings. So here the thing is, more for women. See, clothing, neatness, tone, walking style, all this influence. The voice, of course, the voice is sweet, or the tone is very sweet. That people will have more attractive power. Other people will try to make friendship or talk with that person because our voice is very sweet. So that influences the interpersonal attraction. And also the clothing, neatness. These factors also influence the interpersonal attraction. And beauty. Other thing is beauty. Who gives importance to beauty? Men or women? Please guess. Male or female? Between these two categories, men and women. In term for a wife or a husband, for marriages, for friendship, who gives more importance for beauty, attraction, whether men or women?
Woman.
Women,
sir.
Women likes
Women.
The thing here is, the studies have proved, of course everybody knows it, men give more importance for beautifulness of the girls. They like beautiful women compared to a woman. Men like beautiful women. They give much importance. As against this, women will not give so much of importance to beauty or handsomeness. They will not give it, but not, I don't say all. The majority cases, they will not give much importance to the physical appearance of the male. They give more importance to the similarity in attitudes, similarity in beliefs, similarity in likes, their behavior. Those things are considered more than the physical appearance. But the boys or the men, they give more importance for physical appearance, but not women. They give much importance to other factors other than the physical appearance. Then the other problem is resentment is also there, another factor. If women are more beautiful, they are very attractive, it generates envy or this resentment among other women also. The other people, they may not like to go towards that person for various reasons. So sometimes it leads the resentment also or the disliking. Next slide, please. This similarity, this is the most important thing. The similarity is most important in interpersonal attraction. What is the similarity? There is a famous dialogue, popular dialogue in one cinema, one film. మీకు గుర్తు ఉంటుంది, మీది తినాలే మాది తినాలే, మనం ఇద్దరు మాట్లాడుకున్నామని ఏదో అలాగా ఉంటుంది. మీది తినాలే మాది తినాలే, let us be friends. That means, what is the similarity here? The place, native place is the similarity. Because they belong to the same place, that attracts the other person to move towards the other person. So the similarity, various studies have been made by different psychologists and also the philosophers like the Aristotle and also Galton, Francis Galton. Another one is Newcomb. These persons have talked about much about the similarity of the persons, or the influence of the similarity in about this interpersonal attraction. And the other one is similarity in what? Let us take the one by one because it's the most important one. If the attitudes of the two people are dissimilar or different, the chances of continuing the relationship with them are very less. One person likes one type of democracy, one person likes one political party, another person likes another political party. One person supports one party, other person supports the other party. How can you expect these people will come together? They will not come together. They may be known to each other, but they will not become close friends because of their attitude towards the other things. Like it is one example, like that anything. If these attitudes are similar, both like the same thing, then chances of coming together will be high. Beliefs also. And so the professional interest or the culture and also the interest and this profession. For example, there are 10 people are there, 2 software engineers, 2 teaching professors and 2 students, like that. But they don't know each other. When they come to know that a particular person is a professor and a particular person is a software engineer, the other software engineer, without any invitation, will move the third person. Similarly, the teaching, because of similarity in the profession, because of similarity in interests, because of that similarity, they come together. That attracts similarity of the profession, similarity of the interest, similarity of attitude, that attracts the person. And other one is skills. Skill is also an important thing. If a person is skilled in one particular area, so the person the same skill, if they are even unknown, they will come together. Then the demographics. These are the places, age. See, young people, they move with young people. Women who live with women, and the aged people, elderly people, they move with elderly people. So the elderly people, they may not like to talk or they may not like to move with the youngsters because of the gap between the age. So these demographic factors like the age, then the sex or gender, or these factors, they influence the interpersonal attraction. And usually we like people who are similar to us. There is a slogan, the proverb is also there. Birds of same feather flock together. Birds of same feather flock together. All of you know it. So dissimilar, different people will not come together with same thing. the matching hypothesis. It is an important concept here. It is promoted by the Erving Goffman. It is a psychologist. He has promoted the concept of matching hypothesis. That means people form long-standing relationship with those who are equally matched in social attributes. More or less, there is similarity, but the terms are different. Matching, if they are matched, attitudes are matched, interests are matched, and the age is matched, and their interests or the skills are matched. When they match, various things are matched, then the chances of having long-standing relationship with them will be or high, or chances of coming together are also high, because their interests are matched, their professions are matched, their age is matched, their area by belonging to a particular place, Andhra or Telangana or India, US, like that. So, for example, if the Indians are there in US, the chances of all Indians moving together are high. They come together because of they all belong to one country. That means that is the similarity. So they are equally matched in social attributes. Then the other one is complementarity. What is this complementarity? Complementarity. Here the thing is, it is quite opposite. It is opposite to the similarity. Many times, the similarity factor influences the interpersonal attraction. But sometimes, the opposite factors attract. Opposite things attracts. What is the example? For example, so there are two dominant people are there. Two aggressive people are there. The chances of becoming friends, the chance of forming relationship will be very less. Because both are dominant. Because A tries to dominate B, B tries to dominate A. In this process, there will be a lot of conflicts between them. So to avoid the conflicts, this similarity factor here doesn't work. Opposite factors work. So two dominant people will not come together. They won't even like also. For example, wife and the husband. If both wife and husband have the dominance or the dominant, what will happen? Both are dominant. The wife tries to dominate the husband, and the husband tries to dominate the wife. What will happen? All person living near their house will vacate, because there will be a lot of fighting in the house. A lot of arguments will be there. So that type of relationship, the chance of having long-lasting relationship will be or less. So in that situation, what is happening? The dominant person likes submissive person. You move closely with the submissive person, because you will not take anything. You will just follow. So the submissive person will just follow without questioning anything, the dominant person. So that because of that, the dominant person likes the submissive person. And more similarly, submissive person also likes the dominant person. Other thing is also there. So submissive person will also move towards the dominant person, because he is not dominant. He is not having that characteristic. So the same thing when we take the gender into consideration, man and woman. So they like opposite factors will influence in the selection of marriage. They liked the differences in the this dominance or submissive factors. So that is one thing, submissiveness and mutual evaluations. That is reciprocal living. Reciprocal living is liking is the intermediate step between initial attraction and establishment of long-standing relationship. What is this reciprocal liking? What is this reciprocal liking? Reciprocal liking is, if A likes B and B dislikes A, the intensity of liking or disliking may vary. What will happen? The initial attraction like this say similarity in attitudes, similarity in demographic, that is age, place, etc. All these things will not work unless other person also likes him, unless other person also treats him equally good. That means mutual liking. So A should like the B should like the A. If only one person likes, then that relationship will not continue. That will be broken. That will be a break. Because initial attraction is okay. For initial attraction, similarity factors works. Similarity factors or the complementary factors, they work. Proximity also works. All these factors work. But the other person is not liking in the same way as the A, then naturally the relationship will not last long. That means there should be reciprocal liking. Next, please. Determinants C, positive regard. This is also same thing. Above factors, for example, similarity, proximity, physical appearance, all these factors influence the interpersonal attraction. But for to sustain this relationship, to sustain this attraction for a longer period, for a long-standing relationship, there must be an element of positive regard between the two people, the respect between the two people. Unless A respects B, unless B respects A, that relationship will not continue. If only A respects B, but B is not giving respect to A. So, in spite of similarities in various things, that will not work unless there is a regard or there is a respect. They should be respected equally. So, for long-standing relationship, to continue the friendship with each other, both persons, A and B, should respect each other. Only one side love will not work. One side respect will not work. That will break. So, if you want to have long-standing relationship or friendship with others, please respect other person also. Don't expect only respect from the other person. So our factors is sustainability. That means the continuance of relationship for longer period. So there is a major source of attraction. There is a words of support. So what is that we need? In addition to the similarity factors or physical proximity or physical appearance, in addition to the above all these factors, there should be a care, concern, respect, love. If these factors are there, or if these factors are absent, like this words of support, care, concern, respect, if these things are absent, what will happen? Relationship will not continue, in spite of similarity in various aspects. So, these people should respect each other. Then only the relationship will continue. There is one person in this record, in this aspect, in this concept, that is Carl Rogers. He is a humanist psychologist. He is a very popular one. He is a person who is awarded a Nobel Prize in US. US psychologist. He comes under the category of humanist psychologist. So humanist psychology, very popular one. He proposed a theory. So centered person, like there is a he has proposed therapy is also, counseling also. He is famous for counseling. So he said there should be an unconditional regard. This unconditional regard should be there between the wife and husband, should be there between the parents and the children. You don't expect anything from the other person. You respect them. So if there is conditional, if you give this one, I give this one, that will not work. So if you do this, I will also do this. No, not that. ఇప్పుడు పిల్లలకి ఏదైనా చేసినప్పుడు నువ్వు ఇది చేస్తే నేను ఇది ఇస్తా, లేదు ఇలాంటి గౌరవించడం కానీ ఏదైనా సరే, అది కండిషనల్ అవుతుంది. వాట్ ఈస్ ద కండిషనల్? ఇఫ్ యూ రీడ్, ఐ విల్ డూ దిస్, ఆర్ ఇఫ్ యూ డూ దిస్ యాక్టివిటీ, ఐ విల్ డూ దిస్, ఆర్ ఐ విల్ డూ దిస్. That means conditions are there. You are putting conditions. That happens between the wife and husband also. That happens between parents and children. And that happens between the parents or the friends. That type of A conditional regard or conditional respect or conditional love will not work for long period. That is what the Carl Rogers. There should be unconditional regard. There should not be any condition. He love the other person. He accept the person as it is. Whether a good person or a bad person, whatever it is, whether an intelligent person or a non-intelligent person, or a good student or a bad student, whatever it is, he respect or accept him as he is or he is. Don't put any conditions for acceptance or for extending the love or liking. No conditions. That will not last long. That is what he has proved, that Carl Rogers has proved. There should be unconditional regard for others. Then the sociometric test, here there is a sociometric test is also a popular one that is developed by the Merino. So this is the test. If you by administering the test, sociometric test developed by Merino, what we can do is we can find out the preference of the people, likes of the people or dislikes of the people. It is very simple test. Very simple test. Either it is administered in schools, it can be various places it is administered. Very simple test. We can find out who likes whom, or who dislikes the other person. So, for example, 10% are there. The test is given. So, there by administering the test, we can find out who is liked by many people, who is disliked by many people. We can easily find out. It is a simple test. By administering this test, either in a classroom or in a social gathering, we can easily find out which person is liked by many people and which person is disliked by others. So that thing can be known easily by administering this sociometry test. But of course, there is some procedures there that we have to follow. Then the next one, please. There are different theories. There are different theories of interpersonal attraction. One theory is a social exchange theory. This is developed by the Homans. This is a people make cost benefit analysis. ఆయనతో మాట్లాడితే నాకేం వస్తుంది, ఆయనతో ఫ్రెండ్షిప్ అయితే నాకేం వస్తుంది, ఇలాంటి సోషల్ దట్ ఈస్ సోషల్ ఎక్స్చేంజ్ ది థియరీ. What is that I am going to get? That is one. Other thing is whether the benefits are more or the costs are more. If the, for example, two persons are the A and B, they make this cost benefit analysis. Whether I am benefited more with this relationship or B is benefited more. If he thinks that B is benefited more rather than me, then that will not last long. That relationship will not last long. So they will apply this cost and benefit analysis, loss and gain, and good or bad. So that means if the reward or the, for example, happiness reward is high and cost, example, irritation, ridicule is low, the relationship between the individuals will be strengthened. Individuals are attracted towards people who are in high positions. Okay, power. Okay. So here's the thing is, the relationship, two people are there, as I said earlier, A and B. B is treated unfairly. P is ridiculed. What will happen? B will not continue his relationship with A because he is not happy with the relationship. So similarly, like the various people, because cost is more, benefit is less. What is the cost? Unhappiness is the cost. And the irritation is the cost. Ridicule is the cost. And what is the cost? Benefit. Benefit is there is appreciation from others, treatment from others. So if this benefit is high and cost is low, then the chances of long-lasting relationship between these two people will be high. If the costs are more than the rewards, that means unhappy incidents are more than the happy incidents between these two people. So when I apply this theory, this will happen. Cost-benefit analysis. Then the relationship between the individual will be strengthened. Then individuals are attracted towards people who are high in high positions. For example, a person with high status, a person with a rich person, a person who is having all the facilities. Naturally, the other person will move or try to form friendship or relationship with that person, because then you will be happy. When the person is associated with the high level person, the other person will be feel happy because of the association with the high people. So that the person who is low in position, that person will move towards that person with a high position, or the richer people, or the person who is having all the gadgets or facilities. Then the social comparison theory is one other theory is comparison. We always compare with others. Every day we will compare with others. Even our life, in day-to-day life, we compare with others. We compare with others because to know where we stand. What is our status? What is that the other person is having? What is that I am having? How many houses the other person is having? What type of car a person is having, and what type of car I am having? So this comparison will be there. This comparison, this also determines the interpersonal attraction. We compare ourselves with others to know our position. We evaluate our thoughts and actions by comparing them with those of others. This is done to improve ourselves and also to choose friends. This one social comparison theory is there, but then the equity theory is also there. The more or less this social exchange theory, but it's quite different. These people expects relation to be fair, and if one feels that the other person is more benefited and is exploiting, relationship becomes weak. It is equity theory is how much time I am spending with other person, and how much time other person is spending with me. You will make comparison. If you think how much respect he is giving to the other person, and how much respect the other person is giving to me, if they're equal, that means respect from other person is equal to the person respect you are giving to that person. Then the time spending, anything, not only the time, not only the respect, whatever it is, if the amount you spend and the efforts you make are similar to the other person, then the chance of continuing the relationship will be high. On the other hand, if the people feel I am respecting more that person, but unfortunately that person is not respecting me, if that type of feelings are there, relationship will break. Then that is one type of theory. That is another theory is evolution theory. It is an old theory. There is one concept. This concept is earlier. It is not the latest one. This theory says opposite sex attraction occurs when someone has physical features indicating that she is very fertile or healthy and productive, with the hope that the children would also be healthy. The thing here is, according to the evolution theory, people like other people who are very healthy. People like other person who is very fertile. Person likes other person who is productive. If the other person is healthy, what is their intention? What is their idea? The idea behind that is, if that person is healthy or fertile, those genes will be transmitted to the offsprings or the children. The if parents are healthy, the chances of children being healthy will be also high. So in those, there is one type of theory. That means That means the opposite sex attraction occurs when someone has physical feature indicating that she is very fertile, healthy, and reproductive, with the hope that the children would be healthy. So these are some of the theories formulated by different psychologists, social psychologists. There is one is social exchange theory, and the other one is social comparison theory, and the equity theory, evolution theory. These are the different theories. At least, please, students, try to remember the names of the theories. You may not be knowing the concepts of these theories. If at least you know the names of the theories, and if you are able to write those names of theories, it so at least to make that exam will be to some extent will be satisfied. At least you know the names of theories. You may not be knowing the concept of theories. It doesn't matter. Okay, if you write in detail about the concepts of various theories, that is okay. At least if you know the names of theories and the names of psychologists formulated those theories, then that will be too much to some extent that will be helpful. And this is about the thing. There is another thing, important thing is in interpersonal attraction, there is another important element, that is triangle love. I am not going to talk about that now. That part is postponed. This is an important thing. The triangle love, that is theory. Theory of triangle love, that is formulated by the Stenberg. It is very interesting. Very useful also in daily life, not for the examination. I'm not talking about the examination. Examination also it will be useful. I don't say it is not useful for examination. It is also useful for examination. At the same time, beyond this examination, it will be useful to you personally in our daily life. How the wife and husband, how the people are living each other, what determines the relationship. Those things are discussed at length by the psychologists. That is triangle love. There are different factors are there. They will be very interesting. Why the people are wife and husband, they diverse, or their life not liking to each other. Those things are discussed in detail in that theory. That is called triangle love. Three elements are there. Again, those three elements are extended to 6 factors. So we will discuss tomorrow. So for this today it is enough. We have discussed various factors that will influence interpersonal attraction. These physical factors are there, and the internal factors are there. External factors are there. External factors like the proximity and similarity, and those things influence interpersonal attraction. So the personality that also influence, and also we also discussed the theories of interpersonal attraction. Of course, not in detail. We have not discussed in detail because it already is 8. I think we have got 8. So 8 after nearing 8. No. So we will stop with this. So we will meet tomorrow. If you have any questions, we can ask. Okay. Okay, friends, shall we stop with this?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank
Yes,
you,
sir.
sir.
Thank
Okay.
you, sir.
Thank you. It is nearing 9. Okay. So for today it is enough.
It's really attractive session, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.